Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of Fitness Friday. Today we have a really special edition for you guys. We're going to touch on how you can stay active while at work to help prevent injuries and any stiffness. And so we're going to move on into Madison Silvert's Cube here at Owensboro Health Business Center, and we're going to help him out. So as you can see, Madison's sitting at his computer, and he may have been sitting here for 2 hours, 6 hours, we don't know. But what we want to try to do is prevent our body from going into a bad position. So you can see that he's starting to sort of lean forward. His shoulders are rounding, so that means that his back's getting tired. Muscles in his back and lower back are getting weak because they're trying to hold that position all day. So we're going to touch on some things. One thing that can happen is as you lean forward, your hamstrings are going to get tight and your hip flexors will get tight. So the first muscle group that we're going to target are the quadriceps and hip flexors. And Shiloh is going to talk about an exercise that can help get those loosened up.
Okay, so we're going to help him stretch out his legs, the front and the back, and this is also going to help the lower back. So Madison, I'm just going to have you face this way. Okay, your legs are there, and you're just going to bend your legs straight out. Okay, that's just a leg extension. Good, and that's going to increase blood flow throughout the quadricep, and it's also going to stretch out your hamstring. Okay, and then we'll switch legs. Let's do the other one. Perfect.
Great. So now that we have the quads working and the hip flexors stretched out a little bit, we're going to move on to the back of the leg. Shiloh just touched on that leg extensions will stretch the hamstring out. Now we're going to contract it. So Madison will just stand up, and Shiloh's going to help demonstrate an exercise for this one too.
Okay, we're going to actually use your chair for this. Okay, I'll do one first, and then I'll have you do it.
All right.
So this is not only going to stretch everything out, but it's also going to increase blood flow, and it's going to help your circulation throughout the day. So all you're going to do is just a squat to the chair. Okay, and you can put your hands anywhere. You can put them on your hips, but it's just a squat, down, and up. Okay, and you can use your chair kind of as a guide.
Okay.
You want to have your hip just about, or sorry, your feet just about hip width apart.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Very nice.
What about legs?
They look good.
Okay.
Toes are pointed forward.
Awesome.
Good.
So now that we've got his lower body loosening up, we've got his hamstrings and quadriceps both pumped up a little bit from exercises. Now we're going to move on to a hip hinge, which is really important for stretching out the hamstrings and lower back.
Okay. So like Seth said, this is good for lower back, hamstrings, and your glutes, and you're really going to feel this stretch as you do it. Okay, so hands are kind of out in front of you, and you're just going to bend at your hips, okay? So you're going to bend down, knees are going to stay straight, bend as far as it's comfortable, and then raise back up. Okay? Yeah. Straight down. Good. And you should feel that pulling back behind your leg. It's almost like
How far do I go down?
as far as you can, as far as it's comfortable, and then back up. Okay, and back down. Yeah. And back up. And you might just increase your range of motion as you're stretching. Really warming up those hamstrings. Good. Awesome.
Excellent. And that's a really, really important exercise. If anything, if you can only fit one in for your lower body, you might want to try to do the hip hinge because that's a stretch and a contraction, really help you throughout the day. The next one is going to be just some basic torso twist. Shiloh's going to touch on why those are important and help demonstrate.
Okay, so torso twists basically are for your torso. So this is going to help your core, and not only that, but it's going to increase your heart rate and also increase circulation. So you're just going to stand, twist at the middle. Yeah. And if you have a nice space like Madison does here, you can even add some leg lifts. Yeah, you can come towards me a little bit. Yeah. Get your rhythm going. Good. Great job.
So now that our torsos are loosened up because they're stiff from when we stay seated for so long, we want to get those loose. Now we're going to move on to something that's going to help our posture and our upper back. So we're going to talk about arm circles, and Shiloh is going to touch on the specifics of these that'll help keep you upright.
Okay. So if you look at Madison here, just kind of pretend like you were sitting in your chair. That's about how he was, his posture. So stay just like that, but raise your arms out. And then just twist your palms backwards. Okay, and look straight up at me. Good. And you'll see that his shoulders immediately go back and his posture's straight. So
Keep
that.
doing that.
Yeah. And now we're going to go backwards with our arm circles. Yeah. And that just slowly brings that spine back in line. Head raises back. Good. And those shoulders are probably thanking you for that, that movement.
Awesome.
Great.
And the last one for the upper body, upper part of our back to help with posture is going to be just a basic overhead press. Shiloh will help demonstrate that as well.
Okay, just like he said, same idea here. We're going to pull our shoulders back, okay? Hands are here. And we kind of want to make a triangle with our hands. Good. And again, that just brings our shoulders back. And if you have a wall or something like that, a flat surface in your cube, you can always do it up against the wall and really try to pull those shoulders back against that flat surface. And that's going to help your posture and your neck come back. You're going to really feel like you're standing straight. Great job.
Thanks. Awesome. So that's a little routine that you can do at your desk or in your cube any time of the day to help you stay loose and injury free. It's also going to get you a little bit of exercise, get your heart rate up, so that way you're a little bit active at work, especially if you have a sedentary job. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. Next week we'll be touching on an exciting new topic. We hope that you tune back in. Fitness Friday, your place to get fit, one rep at a time.